Old is M. Night Shyamalan's latest film that was just released earlier this year, 2021. It stars quite a few people that are up and comers, but the two that I know best are Gail Garcia Bernal and Rufus Sewell. Just seeing those three names attached to this film, I was actually really interested in this, especially Gail Garcia Bernal. I know that Rufus Sewell has picked a lot of schlocks over the years, but so far, at least for Garcia Bernal, I haven't seen any film of his where that I didn't like, and anything where he hasn't really given it his all. And this was no exception with Garcia Bernal. He really tries his best. Now, that's the difference between the two major talents in this film, like in front of the camera. That is, the movies are this is a really silly film. It's not a good film at all. But Garcia Bernal, he's a really good actor, and he actually tries to he really tries to make it something worth watching. While Rufus Sewell, who's also a really talented actor, doesn't really seem to care a whole lot if um, okay, both men know that the movie isn't good. They must have found that out either. They must have found that out during rehearsals. But yeah, Garcia Bernal seemed to be the only one of them two that tried to make the movie better than what it was actually able to be. So apparently the movie is based on a graphic novel called Sandcastle, and maybe they should have let that alone because yeah, this movie is it isn't very good. I'll admit. M Night Shyamalan has done quite a few not non good films over the years, like Last Airbender. That was pretty bad. But when he did Split and Glass, those actually weren't too bad. Um, yeah, Split was good. It received very good, very much acclaim. And Glass, although wasn't quite as well received as Split, actually is a film that I actually liked also, as well as Unbreakable, which is the other part of that series that Shyamalan did. But after Old, Shyamalan's right back to his schlock status. I'm not calling the Shyamalan a schlock. I'm just saying that before Split came out and really revamped his career, he had a streak of schlock films, and yeah, this movie Old is it's one of the worst film. Like okay, from the films that I've seen so far this year, this is the worst. I would say it's easily the worst, and I have to admit it because Shyamalan does have the ability to make some really interesting films, and the same thing with Gail Garcia Bernal and Rufus Sewell. So yeah, what makes the movie so iffy? Well, a group of these families head to this vacation spot, and yeah, they just want to have a good time, chill out. Gael Garcia Bernal and his wife are having some marital problems, and they have a son and a daughter. And yeah, things are things with them are a little bit rocky, but they want to get through the vacation okay. And there's a couple of other families, and one thing leads to another, and they end up being invited to this area on the island where everyone just where everyone just grows old at a very, very rapid rate. So yeah, that's why the movie's called Old. People grow old at a very, very rapid rate. Now, why they end up growing old, that's pretty interesting. But everyone in the film that really tries to figure things out, like everyone's freaking out and everything. Eventually, and also when the kids grow older, of course, they have different actors playing them. It Yeah, some of the actors in this aren't very good, especially when the movie gets into high gear and everyone starts freaking out. The acting gets really sluggish by almost everyone. And yeah, there's just a few really clumsy errors in this that really would have made it. That really drove it down. For instance, Rufus Sewell, um, he wants to figure out the name of the movie that Marlon Brando did with Jack Nicholson, and that's very random. And I thought that was kind of funny. The movie's called Missouri Breaks, by the way. The thing that Brando did with Jack Nicholson. Yeah, he's trying to figure out what the movie is, and it's random. And there I am thinking to myself, the Missouri Breaks. And yeah, after a while, when we find out, well, even before I find out, I eventually checked out of this film. Like I didn't turn it off or anything, but I just lost all interest because it was so dumb. And um, and yeah, when we figure out exactly why they wanted to trap those people in that area and why they were getting old, yeah, I didn't want the film to get any stupider for me. So yeah, that's why I eventually checked out this film and stopped caring really. Yeah, I can't. I don't even remember why they wanted to trap those families in that area and make them older. It was just because, yeah, I just wanted to really leave well enough. Well, no, not even well enough alone to just leave the movie as a suitably bad film for the time being. Yeah, I'm uh, I'm not gonna really give the film that much of a downgrade. I'm just gonna say that the movie did a good job with putting me right in the moment for most of the film, and I do know that the film could have been a lot worse than it was, but as it stands, it's pretty bad. Yeah, I'm gonna give Hold 2 stars. Maybe that's being nice.